Eddie, until then? You got the Celtics Talk trade deadline special on YouTube. Chris Forsberg, Eddie, and Chris Mannix going to be there breaking it all down. The trades from the Celtics as well as the rest of the NBA. It's presented by 24autogroup.com. New England gets more at 24. Time now for the dunk and dunk of the game. It's all about the dunk. Ron Harper Jr., the extra effort here by the C's on the offensive glass. That got us all buzzing. That tip jam there, that gave the Celtics a 77-51 lead in the third quarter. Again, he finished with 11 points in this one, 9 rebounds. And they cruised to a 114-93 win over the Houston Rockets, who, by the way, are 31-8. That's a good team they beat tonight, and obviously the team we saw handle the Celtics earlier in the season. Drew and Scout were talking about it before the commercial break, but Payton Pritchard, again, coming off the bench, because you saw the double big lineup with Luka Garza there, lined up alongside Neemias Queta. So Pritchard comes off the bench, despite the fact that the Celtics are shorthanded, and has another Payton Pritchard game. Just goes for 27, Eddie, and it doesn't matter where he's playing from or coming off the bench starting, he's going to put up the numbers.
Yeah, and he had 7 assists as well. So he was getting guys involved. He wasn't just going out there shot hunting or anything like that. He allowed the game to come to him. He took the shots that he was able to get. Guys were looking for him when he was knocking shots down. And, I mean, we know what Payton brings to the table. We know that he's a hooper's hooper. He's always balling. He's coming in. It almost looked like at the end of the game when Joe took him out, he didn't even want to come out the game. Yeah. Like, he looked back, was like, hold up, let me get one more shot off real quick. And then he took that shot. So, I just, when he's aggressive and he's scoring the basketball, and it seems like every time JB is out, he does elevate his game and make sure that he comes out with his best effort.
Yeah, and you wonder, too, like this Houston team that was struggling to get anything going, like they're a good defensive team. They've got a lot of size. How frustrating it is for them when you get late in the clock and Payton Pritchard just knocks you back, hits some crazy shot, just that moon ball that he puts over a defender. It's got to be frustrating for the other team. Meanwhile, Neemias Queta, you look at the numbers that he put up. He had 10 points, 19 rebounds, 5 block shots. The effort you saw from him tonight, and also just grabbing those boards, because you pointed out that was going to be a big thing if the Celtics could, win the battle on the glass or at least compete on the glass.
Yeah, 7 of his 19 rebounds were offensive. And so you look at those type of things, it just seems like we were just outworking them tonight. And usually if you outwork a team, all the dominoes line up and fall in the right spot. He had 5 block shots as well.
He had 2 of them right here.
Right there.
Right, there's one, and then he's good.
Watch how he hit the brakes, though. Watch how he hit the brakes. Watch this. Come on. Watch. Skirt!
I got it. The only disappointing thing here was Houston finally scored on it, but 2 blocks in one stretch right there. How about the extra effort from the big guy?
Yeah, you got to love that, and that's what you want from everybody on your team. And I think that's what everybody was doing tonight, the extra efforts, the extra pass. We had 26 assists, We had 26 assists. We out-rebounded them. We had 20 offensive rebounds, which means we were just outworking them, outplugging them. And then on defense, held them under 40% from 3. They shot 41 from the field, but it felt like everything that they were trying to get tonight, Houston, was tough.
Yeah.
It was really hard, contested. And when they missed, we would get rebounds. And we just showed that clip right there of the effort that Neemias had. But then it was guys diving on the floor for loose balls. Payton dove on the floor for loose ball. Baylor Scheierman was. So all of those things right there add up to winning basketball game like this. And I think they were locked in. And I think Joe probably was locked in as well because, I don't know if they're close or not, but Ime and him, him taking over Ime's job. So a lot of times, you're competitive. You're a competitor. And we know Joe was a competitor. So I know after they got beat the way they did, that didn't sit well.
Yeah.
And so it made sure that they came prepared and they were ready to rock, and the team was.
Yeah, Joe got these guys ready to play. 114-93 the final score, as they're now 33-18 on the season. Let's hear from Joe Mazzulla now. The coach's press conference is presented by Amica Insurance, the exclusive auto, home, and life insurance partner of the Boston Celtics. Here is Joe back in Houston.
Joe, this has to be one of the more satisfying wins of the year, just to play shorthanded, play so well, and they got you pretty good 3 months ago in Boston, and just to kind of play to such a complete game.
Yeah, I mean, I think we had a chance. Anytime you have a chance, from a mindset standpoint, you go back to the Brooklyn, Chicago back-to-back. I thought we gave us a good chance to win, coming off just, the double overtime and then traveling, and we kind of just wanted to get that back, with the mindset that we wanted to play with. So it's a credit to the guys really just coming out and second night of a back-to-back against a great team, the mindset that they were able to play with, the execution, the physicality on both ends.
Joe, what impressed you most about the way, Ron and Baylor in particular guarded Kevin Durant, but really the whole team defended?
Yeah, you're never going to stop him, but you just have to try to make it difficult. And so I thought both those guys, Ron and Baylor's attention to detail on the scout and what we were trying to do from a tendency standpoint, I thought they executed that, and you're just going to have to live with some of what he's able to do because of how good he is. But I thought those two guys' attention to detail was really good, on the defensive end.
You mentioned it's hard to stop a guy like that, but what was the goal for them going into this game? Like what was the things you had them looking out for?
Yeah, I think you just want to manage it, right? You want to manage the type of shots that you're living. You don't want them to be easy. You don't want them to be comfortable. At the other end, you want to manage the game, live ball turnovers, offensive rebounds, keep them on a transition, keep them off the free throw line. I thought we were pretty we were disciplined in the game plan, and I thought we did a really good job on the glass, which is probably a strength of theirs.
You guys went double bigs for a lot of tonight. We haven't seen that a lot this season. I know for size and stuff, but how much did they give you, especially on the board?
Yeah, it just helped us on multiple fronts. It helped us defensively, obviously, with the boards. It helped us offensively with matchup recognition. We were kind of easier to be in our matchups, because of that. And I thought those guys did a great job. I thought Luka and, Nemi were great tonight. Nemi, was kind of the best version of him. And even though he only had 3 for 4, but you just felt his presence, and I thought Luka's ability to, make things difficult on Sengun and help us on the offensive end. I thought those guys were great.
You mentioned Ron. He played 35 minutes all season entering tonight, and then he gets a big opportunity. What stood out most from his game tonight? Yeah,
when guys are able to do that, and we've seen Amari do it, we've seen Ron do it, Maxwell have his shot. We've seen, again, more guys on the team that impact winning. It starts in Maine, and it starts with our staff, and just what those guys are able to do there, and keeping Ron sharp and making sure, the language and what we're doing is important, and then our staff here keeping him up to speed, and then, you just feel just as comfortable starting him as you do anyone else because he's ready to go. We have our alignment, we got the identity, so it starts there, and then he's just been working, and I think his ability to he got off to a great start with the 2 defensive rebounds that he got to start the game, show that he was ready to go, and that stuck out to me more, and then the defense came, and then the shot making came, and I thought he had great presence.
Derrick.
All right, let's get to the steal of the game, brought to you by Stop & Shop. With more than 10,000 items on sale every week, it's easy to make winning plays at Stop & Shop, like Neemias Queta with the hustle. Back the other way, Baylor Scheierman, the corner 3. Scheierman, 15 points, 10 rebounds getting the start tonight, but the big man getting on the floor with the extra hustle.
Big fella on the floor right there. You got to love that. It usually ends up in a good possession after that, but I thought Scheierman was really good tonight.
Yeah, 3 threes. Celtics had 19 as a team as they win it by 21. We're going to take a quick break. Back with more here on Celtics Postgame Live. Thursday at 6 p.m., tune in for Quick Slants. Tommy Kern will have the latest from San Francisco as the Patriots get ready for the Super Bowl. It's presented by your local New England Honda dealers. Time now for the Ford Tough Play of the Game, presented by Ford Trucks, the best-selling trucks for 49 years, built Ford tough. Ron Harper Jr. running the action with Luka Garza. Little fake. Bucket in the foul there for Luka Garza, who had 19 points as he got the start once again for the Celtics, and in those 19 points. And, the double big lineup, Eddie, could be something that the Celtics go to when they do get Vucevic in here, when you talk about him out there with Neemias Queta, but Luka Garza in the meanwhile putting up 19 points and has been that guy kind of that's brought the energy, but brought the scoring with it again tonight.
Yeah, out there, got 6 rebounds as well. Between him and Queta combined, they had 29 points and 25 rebounds. That's great production. And you got to also remember, he knows that Vucevic. Okay, Vucevic is more than likely on his way. And so what do? You go out there, even though he's always played hard and always played well, you show your worth. Like, hold up. I'm not trying to lose any minutes for somebody that hasn't been here in training camp. Somebody that doesn't know all these guys are going to have to get acclimated to the whole team, to the squad, to understand the plays. Like, I don't want to lose minutes for that. I want to show my worth.
And if they go double big, even if Vucevic does come in, if they're going with 2 bigs out on the floor, right, this opens the opportunity as well.
Exactly, and I think that's what Joe was doing, to see, like, okay, how can we work this? At times it could be Vucci man. At times it could be with Queta, or vice versa, or mix it up however you want to mix it up. But I think that that's a good problem to have. And at the end of the day, I think Garza understands it's not pressure because you put in the work, but you feel some heat. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You feel it. You like, okay, somebody's trying to get my minutes. Somebody's on. Maybe I'm not doing enough. Let me start doing more and pay attention a little bit more in film session. Get with the coaches, understand what I'm going to be doing, where I need to get the ball. All kind of things happen when those things happen, when they make a trade.
All right. Well, the other thing that we want to get to as well is how many assists tonight, Eddie?
Oh, they had not light 26.
Light 20. So what does that mean now as we look at the Eddie House sharing is caring stat of the night?
Well, since you want me to tell you, 21-2. We're 21-2 when we share the basketball like that, when we get 25 or more assists. And I've been saying it all year. This is the way this team has to play, especially when Jayson Tatum is not here. Or if Jaylen Brown's not in, you definitely have to share the basketball. And even when those guys are on the floor, when you share the basketball, it opens everything up for them, to where now if you're knocking down shots, you're making the right play, it's wide open for there. There's gaps. Guys don't want to help off people. So it's just something that I've been talking about all season long, is make sure we move that basketball so we can get that W. 26
assists, and they also had 27 second chance points. Like those numbers you don't see side by side very often.
20 offensive rebounds.
Yeah. They got after it on the glass, shared the ball, and it leads to the 21-point win. What kind of turned things around, though, was Derrick White in the third quarter. The turning point presented by Awaken 180 Weight Loss. Turn it around. Take control. It's possible. The solution for weight loss. Reserve your consult at awaken180weightloss.com.
Take that with you.
14 points for Derrick White in that third quarter.
Excuse me.
He was phenomenal.
Come back over here. This all the way you talk. You thought you had me? Nope. Face change.
He was 4-7 from 3 in that third. He had 2 assists as well, but the 14 points. And the Celtics get to 33-18. New York, also 33-18, went to double overtime and beat the Denver Nuggets. So Celtics and Knicks still tied there at 33-18. Coming up next, Chris Forsberg filing in. He's going to join.
Who would have thought 33-18 at this time?
I'm telling you, man, I'm going to have to ask Chris Forsberg. I was looking at the odds for Coach of the Year. Now, they're not up at the moment because you got games going on right now, but Joe Mazzulla's in the mix.
He got to be.
He's in the mix. Coming up next, Celtics post-game.
Blizzards!